Hello, welcome to Super Bowl Central for Terence Moore, Atlanta, Georgia. Super Bowl 53 is coming up. You know what? And periodically on this road, we're going to talk to the Super Bowl expert. And there is the Super Bowl expert. His name is Jim Steeg. Jim Steeg was in charge of every Super Bowl for 26 years through 2004. And right now, the last, 18 years or so, this guy has still been a guest speaker at a lot of colleges. He's a prominent consultant for franchises, sports leagues. He's even in the Events Hall of Fame. He's a charter member of that, all right? He was in charge of the pregame shows, the entertainment shows. I want to ask him about the wardrobe malfunction. Don't tell him yet. I don't want to spook him. He was in charge of the national anthem, the media, all this sort of stuff. And Jim right now lives in Chapel Hill. Let's see. Let's give Jim a call here. I got a few questions to ask him just in general of how he got involved with this stuff, because this is just absolutely fantastic. It's amazing. Chapel Hill is almost as good as Oxford, Ohio. Not quite, but it's all right. Can't fight it for that.
Hello?
Jim, Terence Moore, how's it going?
All right.
Yeah, I was just telling the people all the great things about you. And as a matter of fact, you're in the Events Hall of Fame? How did that happen?
I don't know. I guess they were desperate at the time. I had to put somebody in. The other one that went in with me at the time was in jail.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I went in the same time with Martha Stewart.
Get out of here. Wow. Well, but I don't think Martha went to the same university as you and I, the alma mater, the great Miami of Ohio. What years did you go to Miami?
Fall of 68 till, the spring of 72.
Wow. Okay. And I was a Denison Hall guy, Hepburn Hall guy. Where were you?
I was in Anderson Hall. That was me. Then I lived in the fraternity house for 2 years, then lived off campus in an apartment. But, enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah, the thing is, for those who don't know, and they should know, Miami, Ohio is the first school for fraternities. Miami, Ohio is a school that produced Ginger of Gilligan's Island. Miami, Ohio is famous for, what else? Animal House. It's kind of based on Animal House. The other thing is a cradle of coaches. We're talking about Air Parsegian. We're talking about Paul Brown, Weeb Eubank, all the way down the line. And you were there probably just after Bo Schembechler. Is that correct?
Bill Mallory came in, and then Mallory went off, and Dick Crum came in for kind of the glory years, that 3 or 4 year period in the early to mid 70s. With Sherman Smith and Bob Carpenter and all those guys.
Yeah, they went 32-1-1 with 3 consecutive victories against Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina, and finished 15th, 10th, and 12th in the final AP poll. But hey, what do I know? But here's the thing: I want to know this. Jim, you go from Miami, Ohio, to becoming the Super Bowl expert. What was that all about? How did that happen?
Well, you got to be in the right place at the right time. I left Miami with, my major was in political science and my minor was in accounting, and I thought that I went to work for an accounting firm there in Hamilton, Ohio for a year, and then decided it was time to go back to school, and I was thinking about getting a JD MBA. And I just couldn't see myself going back to school for 4 years. And I thought for a while, I still think, although I can't prove it, that I was a golfer. And the hero was a golfer was Arnold Palmer. And Arnold Palmer went to a little school down here in Winston-Salem, Wake Forest.
Sure.
And so I applied there. It was like the second year of the MBA program at Wake. So I got in there, small class, about 80 people. Really enjoyed it because it was interactive and everything. Got to do some stuff, finished off my accounting degree and everything. And then did a couple of independent studies on sports organizations, on the economic impact of sports, and sent my resume off like everybody does to every professional team I could ever think of. And I came across the desk at the right time of Joe Robbie in Miami when they were firing their accountant, and I guess he figured he could hire somebody for cheap in me, and he had some sort of affinity towards weight because his last client in his law practice was R.J. Reynolds, and
Wow.
R.J. Reynolds was a big backer week, so I think he thought he was doing R.J. Reynolds a favor. But I'll take it any way I can get it. So I ended up going to work there and spent 4 wonderful years there under them, working with Don Shula, which was the best thing ever, and the team was obviously very successful at that point. I was at the tail end of the
Miami Dolphins, right? The 3 consecutive world championships.
right. So and those guys were all kind of my, they were my age to some degree, and we got to be really good friends. Still remain really good friends with almost all of those guys. And it's hard to believe these days when you hear front offices of NFL teams with 200, 250 employees.
Sure.
We had like 15.
Wow.
And so you got to do absolutely everything that was there. I mean, I couldn't have been there 3 weeks working my way as an accountant, and Joe walked in and says, putting you in charge of team travel. And by the way, we're going to Minnesota next week, so you better get to work. So I got to do a lot of stuff, do things at the stadium, got to be very creative in some of the things we were trying to do, and got to go to the league meetings. Joe was kind of tired of going and sitting in the league meetings, I would imagine like current owners do, kind of hearing the same old stuff the same old way.
Sure.
So here I am at 25, 26, sitting in. I remember one of my first league meetings was at the Del Coronado in San Diego, and I came in with Shula, and sitting across from me was Papa Bear, and next to me was another Miami of Ohio grad by the name of Paul Brown.
Wow.
So it was quite awe-inspiring, and gave me a lot of great opportunities, and let me have some great connections, with the league office. And when Pete Rozelle decided that he needed to make a change in the way he was handling the Super Bowl and the events outside of league office and take it away from some of the guys there so that they could focus on their jobs, he thought of me. So I took that job in January of '79. At the age of 29, all of a sudden, I found out after being there a month, I was in charge of the Super Bowl, which was as unbelievable as it is. But it's the confidence that Pete had in me, and it was a good 26-year run after that.
Yeah, you went from that Miami after starting at the real Miami. And I'll tell you what, we're going to continue this series with the Super Bowl expert. But I got to ask you this. Okay, you need to tell us exactly what happened with Janet Jackson. No, save it. We'll talk about that some other time.
Yeah, I hope so.